Imagine every human on Earth connected.
The important element of the feed is that we're trying to ground it in as much reality as possible.
Something's wrong.
In the near future, about 90 to 95% of the population has this piece of technology embedded into their body, a piece of mesh that goes into the top of the spine and connects to your brain, to your retina, and everything that is available to you, let's say on a laptop, phone, or Google to augmented reality, which you can create, is available to you at site. I'd also be able to enhance my surroundings. So that's the world in the near future. And what happens with the feed is that this piece of technology that we're reliant on goes down for about 6.5 seconds, I think it is. And it's really the consequences of that. The scary element of the show, for me, when you're watching it, is the honesty of it, the reality of it, the grounded nature of it. And this piece of technology is actually in existence now, which might shock some people. You know, in Sweden, people are they have chips in their hand, not everyone, but it's starting where, you know, where they access the car door, or they'll access their home, the entrance to their homes. So this technology is already inside us. That sounds scary to us now. And I think the reality is if I told you what today's world would be 10 years ago, that would sound really scary too. Everybody has access to everything now, you know? Everything is available in a small device. Now, basically, this is set in the next kind of 5 to 10 years where this device is implanted in you.
I don't like being afraid, Tom. I'm not good at it.
When I first read this,
2022 is shaping up to be a very big year for the Neuralink brain-computer interface. Elon Musk has been in the news and on Twitter talking about the company for the first time in a long time. And now Elon is telling the world that he expects the brain implant device to enter human trials sometime in the year 2022. And that would track pretty well with the timeline that has been unfolding so far. In 2020, we saw Neuralink in a pig. For 2021, we got the Mind Pong monkey. So a human candidate for 2022 would fit the pattern. And we are starting to see the brain-computer interface industry as a whole accelerating very quickly. This technology is coming. There's no doubt about that. It's just a question of when it reaches a viable level. So today, we are going over the latest word from Elon Musk on the state of Neuralink, a look at where the company is at right now, and the direction that BCI is heading in 2022. In a recent conference hosted by the Wall Street Journal, Elon Musk was given just 60 seconds to sum up what Neuralink would be working on in 2022, which is obviously not enough time, and luckily for us, Elon elaborated longer on what he sees Neuralink being able to accomplish in the next year. The biggest statement being that he expects human trials to go ahead within that time frame. Elon said, quote, "We hope to have this in our first humans, which will be people that have severe spinal cord injuries like tetraplegics and quadriplegics next year, pending FDA approval." He's basing this confidence on the success that the company has already seen through their monkey experiments. Elon said that Neuralink's working well in monkeys, and we are actually doing just a lot of testing and just confirming that it's very safe and reliable, and the Neuralink device can be removed safely. When it comes to safety, Elon is assuring us that Neuralink's standards for safety are much higher than what the FDA requires. He equated this to the approach that Tesla uses with their crash safety. Every Tesla vehicle far exceeds the NHTSA standards for a 5-star safety rating. Elon finished his all too short remarks at the conference by saying, "I think we have a chance with Neuralink of being able to restore full body functionality to someone who has a spinal cord injury." Emphasis on chance of being able to allow someone who cannot walk or use their arms and legs to walk again naturally. I don't want to raise hopes unreasonably, but I'm increasingly convinced that this can be done. End quote. Elon continued the conversation later on his Twitter account. On December 6th, a user wrote to Elon about Neuralink saying, "I seriously hope it gets to the point where Neuralink could help my husband, like with memory and delusions. Why not? The part of his brain that is dead just needs to be replaced." Elon replied to say, "Replacing faulty/missing neurons with circuits is the right way to think about it. Many problems can be solved just bridging signals between existing neurons. Progress will accelerate when we have devices in humans. Hard to have nuanced conversations with monkeys next year."
San Diego Biotech says it has created the world's first molecular microchip. They say this new device could change the way we detect diseases and develop new drugs. Our ABC 10 News anchor Derek Stahl is going in depth with the company's founder to explain how it all works.
Every day, we are surrounded by microchips. They're in just about every electronic device. But a San Diego-based company says it's created something truly unique, the world's first semiconductor chip that can grab an individual molecule and read it like a protein or DNA.
So what we're trying to do at Roswell is digitize biology to provide almost real-time access to biological information to inform decisions about our well-being.
Paul Mola is the founder of Roswell Biotechnologies in Sorrento Valley. This week, they unveiled a chip that's about the size of a pea. Inside, it's packed with 16,000 sensors. Each one can latch onto a different molecule and read it as tiny changes in electrical current. Put a little saliva right on the chip, and the idea is they could test you for COVID, the flu, and thousands of other pathogens all at the same time, and eventually all from a device at home.
We want to move testing away from the clinic, closer to the community, and eventually into the home. You don't have to wait to get sick to be tested, but you can test every day for everything, everywhere, and that's how we're going to stop future pandemics.
That's a further off goal, and Mola knows it sounds too good to be true. A company called Theranos once touted all-in-one testing technology, and its CEO is now on trial. But Roswell has the backing of scientists at Harvard, UCLA, and UCSD. They've submitted research for peer review. Even their name is a jab at non-believers.
When we started the company, everybody was just like, what? Like, that sounds just weird and alien. We just told them, hey, the technology came from the aliens, and we called the company Roswell.
They say molecular microchips could be used for all sorts of medical applications, but at first, they're targeting drug discovery. Starting next year, they plan to start selling chips to drug makers to give them better insights into their investigational medicines at the molecular level.
This is going to accelerate, but also enhance the quality of our drug discovery so that the drugs that make it from that process to clinical trial have a higher probability of success.
From there, Roswell plans to use its new chips to improve DNA sequencing.
What we're trying to do is have a technology that can enable everyone to have their own genome as a medical record.
Mola says these molecular microchips could dramatically lower the cost of whole genome sequencing and speed up the process, helping usher in the next era of precision treatments customized to your DNA. He says medicine should operate at the speed of a microprocessor, not a microscope. Derek Stahl, ABC 10 News.